Hey everybody, welcome to another Auto Trader video. Today's video I'm going to try and find the best 125 I can find for £500. That's going to be the budget, £500, go onto Auto Trader and I'm going to find the bike that I would buy if I had to. I will say at this point, quite a few people have suggested like, oh you should buy one of these bikes, you should do one of these things. My dudes, I am a very small channel and making ends meet is hard enough as is. I'm not in a position to be buying bikes and doing builds like some channel with 500,000 subscribers and, you know, afraid I'm just not in that world. But this is fun for me because we can have a look through and the descriptions on some of these should be gems. This video is sponsored by this piece of hair up here, which won't stay down. Other than that, let's get straight into it. So, as always, I'm going to use my postcode for my PO box, and then we're going to look for make, model, yep, maximum price £500 to 125 from 125. So we have 13 to pick from. We'll go from the lowest price to the highest price. So this is the cheapest 125 on Auto Trader currently, and it's a Quingy. I believe is that the right one? I think it is. That is the actual original name of the Pulse Adrenaline. It was when I first got mine, it was a Quingy. I think it was Quingy. And the companies, when I went to insure it, didn't even know who Pulse were, and they were like, this is imported. And I'm like, well, it's not really, it's a Pulse. That's an actually interesting subject. I've done a video on that, basically asking where a bike's made, does that have a relation to what country you'd say it was from? But anyway. Okay, so picture that really hides most of the bike. Again, picture that hides most of the bike, headlights hanging off. Oh, it's not, it's just the way it looks. Oh, yeah, that's in pretty rough shape. 34,000 miles, 2011. Good bike, has slight dint. Okay, I'm going to try and read this normally, the way they've written it. Good bike, has slight dint on the bike, comfy ride, has no MOT or tax due to not needing it. Will need a new battery. Has new spark plug and come keep inside engine clean. Black, 5+ owners, £200. They're only asking £200, so you can't really question too much. But I'm guessing English is not their first language. So that's what 200 smackers is going to get you. No picture. We're not interested. Let's have a look at this one. Lexmoto Arrow. So a Lexmoto Arrow 125 with a portrait picture of just the middle of the bike from one side. Perfect, that is exactly what I meant by wanting decent pictures so you can properly represent it. This bike has MOT for 6 months, full service history. Really? Great for a new learner who wants a cheap bike for a short time. Wants a cheap bike for a short time. This is the most fantastic bike ever! If you want it for 5 minutes, you want it for a week? No, maybe not. Moving up, Keyway, £330. We've got some more pictures in this one. Well, first thing that this is a concern. This makes me think there is things going wrong with this that they've been trying to fix, but they can't. But we'll see where the description goes. Again, is that another person who's left the blue plastic on a lock? Okay, so it's had a few scratches and dents. That's normal. Okay. Why? Why are these hanging off? Oh, going back to my previous video about most mileage, I must say, I realised some of those bikes might have been clocked, as in they've done 100,000 miles and then it adds up on top of that, so it could have been more genuine. Yes, there was one that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I just didn't even realise. I was just like, 123,456. What about that then? I have for dumb, okay. But yeah, the point was that it seems a lot of people don't get is this white number on the end. This is a point of it, as in a tenth of a mile. Don't add that on as a full number. Okay, so it looks fairly genuine. Stolen, recovered, run and drive, no key, red, one owner, £330. But why would the owner not have a key? You know, if my bike got nicked, the only thing I'd have left would be the key. But so why don't you have the key? Piaggio, Honda, aha, I can't see, but we need to have a look at this one. I'm going to skip a few because they're just very much for muchness scooters, which there's nothing really wrong with them, they're just old, and you know, right, so we have a Honda XLR 125R. So what year is this? 1998. So it's been sat for a while. It's done 15,000 miles, that's matching up. That could be a fun project bike if you wanted to completely strip a bike down, or it could be a complete nightmare of a bike that's just going to steal all of your money and your soul. Honda was a good runner and needs some repairs, comes with spare parts, been stood for 2 years and don't have time due to new job. Nice little project for somebody. Bike had a bump but had checked and it was given all clear, currently sawn, thanks for blah blah blah. See, Betty was a Cat C, or was it a Cat D? And I bought it back off the insurance company and fixed it. That's some of my very first videos on YouTube. Yeah, I got rear-ended and I basically bought the bike back, fixed it and still had money left over from doing that. So yeah, it was a win for me. See, to me, that is an honest description. They've said it's been stood for 2 years, they said it was okay before, needs some work. That's fair enough. Again, it's when I want to find the ones of people trying to palm off something absolute load of rubbish. Okay, we really don't have many to pick from because it's this £500 thing. But if I was going to pick one of these, it wouldn't be that one, it wouldn't be that one. It's a Honda. We're probably going to have to accept it's going to be a scooter because that's all we've got to look at. Okay, so it's got a bit of rust. It's sun damaged. It's 2005, so it's pretty old. It's only done 11,000 miles. Great runner. Next MOT is in January, February, March 2020. They're using a disc lock on it. It doesn't have any obvious scratches on it. That, and they're showing paperwork. That is a high contender for what would probably be the most reliable one. Obviously, you have to go and look at these things and find out if they're telling the truth and if the engine sounds like someone's dropped, you know, like a bag of loose change in there. But that looks like probably the best one here. This one, it's newer. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this mileage, but just when a seller can't even get that right, I'd be like questioning stuff. No, it's too far gone. Not enough pictures. Previously stolen, not necessarily a huge issue, but they do a lot of damage to steering locks and stuff. So direct bikes, used bike, blah blah blah, broken mirror, rear tyre flat. Well, trying to sell it with a flat tyre and a broken mirror, what else is there? You know, you can't see wrong with it. You would all pick that probably. Let's have a look at this. Actually, these are normally the classics for two-stroke. Okay, no, I thought that was a four-stroke can on it. Okay. Yep. It's actually not scratched up a bit, but it's not too bad. Here's the description, and this will sell it to you right now. Rare SR125 two-stroke, very fast performance scooter taken as part exchange, not run or used in a while, in need of a good service and some TLC, otherwise known as top-end rebuild. It's HPI clear, it has no MOT. I love the way they're like, it has no MOT, go with a positive over a negative, and sold as is for spares and repairs collection only. Not to be... sold for spares and repairs, just needs a little TLC. Okay. This is the one that all of you would want. I know you lot. You'll be like, the two-stroke, 125, but it's, as I say, as you read down this, everything seems great until you realise that some TLC means top-end rebuild and probably a few things beside that. For me, I would personally go with this Honda. Is it Dylan 125? It looks the most genuine. It looks like it's probably been owned by someone who's ridden it to the shops for years and years and years. It's probably got a few problems, but it will probably keep going an awful lot longer. I mean, part of the benefit is this is not the sort of scooter that most 17-year-olds want to ride around McDonald's on. Although maybe, well, I'm not saying, sorry, beggars can't be choosers, but people on the budget don't necessarily get to choose that. But I know they have their favourites. Like the, what was it, the Peugeot Street Fighter was like the Vauxhall Corsa, the Citroen Saxo of its day. Well, there you go. That is what bike I would buy off Auto Trader if I had £500 right now and I needed to buy one of those bikes. You absolutely had to have one. That's the one I'd pick. As I say, it seems the most genuine out of all of them. It's a Honda. That doesn't always mean a good thing, but the Honda 125 engines, the scooters, they've made a lot of them. And Honda engines do tend to go on quite a while, especially, as I say, in the smaller sizes. The big ones might do too, but I know, you know, the small ones, they have a lot of experience in making generators and all these sorts of things, and maybe it's not quite the same side as Honda, but generally the expression it's a Honda is okay. Plus my sister had a Honda Melody. That was possibly the first two-wheeled motorised thing I ever rode. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Maybe make some suggestions of like an approach, like we've gone for £500 125 here. What would you like to see me do? Check out the other videos, subscribe if you're not, and a massive shout to my Patreon supporters who went up your screens earlier on in the video. Thank you for your support, it's amazing. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye. If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.